Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I am King Piggly. This is Gaming Imperfectly, and welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I'm doing a follow-up to The Last of Us 2. Now, I never thought I'd have to make a follow-up to my review to The Last of Us 2 because I didn't think my Last of Us 2 was going to do anything. I mean, so many people played this game, so many people reviewed this game that I just never expected to get the results that I got from that video. But this is a follow-up, and I want to start by saying, I've replayed this game, and it's amazing. It's a 10 out of 10. Man, I was totally wrong. I mean, Neil Druckmann is a genius. All the voice actors are absolutely correct in chastising all of us because I can't even keep that going. Wouldn't it be weird if I was actually like that? No, they're fucking idiots. It's still a terrible game. What do you expect from me? No, I'm not wrong in what I said. I'm absolutely right in what I said. I'm a million times right in what I'm saying. And the fact that these guys are still coming out to defend their horrible game. Druckmann is trolling people on Father's Day with pictures of Joel, lashing out at the fan base because we're all a bunch of ignorant assholes who don't understand his highbrow storyline. It's a terrible game. Gameplay doesn't say, I don't care if you can craft in prone position. I don't care if they added a rope that you can shimmy up. I don't care that you can throw a bottle on the run and kill something. It doesn't matter to me how the critics and how Naughty Dog as a company and the people that work for Naughty Dog continue to come out and praise this game. Chastise fans saying, oh, they're fake reviews, they're not real people, they're bots, they're racist, they're bigots, they are just plain dumb. They just don't have the intelligence to understand our storyline because it's just groundbreaking, Game of the Year material. I would take a $3.99 game on PlayStation Store right now of the worst game you could possibly imagine, and I would give it today Game of the Year over The Last of Us 2. And here's the thing that chaps my ass the most about what's going on. It's that Sony's like, oh, it's the greatest release we've ever had. I even saw articles in Forbes magazine. They are even, talking about how amazing the game was and how they're getting fake review bombed on Metacritic. Don't support this shit. Don't do it. Even if you want to see what the game is like for itself, wait a year. The price will come down. You can buy it. I guarantee you'll be able to buy this game for $20 in a year. Alright? If not less. Don't spend your money because it's your consumer dollars that are going to get these assholes to think they did a good job. And that's exactly what they think. They're looking at the money, they're looking at the sales number, and you know what? They're going, we did such a great job. We're going to make more. Well, fuck you, Naughty Dog. I'm not buying any more of their shit. I don't care. Crash, kiss my ass. I grew up playing Crash Bandicoot. I raged for hours in the 90s playing Crash Bandicoot. I will never ever buy another Naughty Dog game. I won't play Crash. I don't care if it's Uncharted. I don't care what they produce. I'm not spending any more of my money because the truth of it is that when you buy a game in a drove, even if it's to see how shitty it is, and it's going to reflect to the company as, oh, everybody loves it. It doesn't bother me at all to say that. But the social issuing that went on with the game, them pushing their agenda, which they most certainly did, Naughty Dog totally has an agenda, and I tried to stay away from that, talking about that in the first video. But it's absolutely cancel culture is at its finest. I mean, they totally took a strong male character in Joel and bashed his skull in with a golf club. And then spit on him and called him a bendejo. Fantastic. Way to go, Neil Druckmann, because he had to be fucking drunk 90% of the time when he was at meetings pitching this. I just don't understand how you could pitch this to a room full of people and all of them just lick your ass like they did with Neil and say, oh, it's brilliant, Neil. It's brilliant. People are going to love it. If you really wanted to, it's as simple as this. If you wanted to push Abby on us, alright, and you wanted us to like Abby, the first thing that you should have done was not have her kill Joel in this game. Alright? This game didn't even need to have Joel and Ellie in it. We could have just not had Joel and Ellie at all and had The Last of Us 2. And at the end of The Last of Us 2, you put 2 and 2 together through gameplay to figure out that Abby is actually the daughter of the doctor. Alright? And you leave it off with her going to go look for Joel and Ellie. Now that would have been interesting. It would have developed her character. You could have played fetch with the little dog. You could have had all these touching moments with Abby. You could have had the entire game from start to finish to lead her through dangers and develop the character and meet all of her friends and develop them as characters and become attached to them. And then in the third one, then we could have had even the Duke 'em out then, and maybe Joel would have died, maybe Joel wouldn't have died. Maybe you could have gave Joel a better death. Because personally, I'm more along the lines of, instead of being held down, shot in the leg, and beat to death with a golf club like a piece of shit, maybe Joel deserved just a little bit more heroic death. Because you know what? I was okay with Joel dying, guys. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Violence begets violence. It's just the way it is. You know, Ellie, biggest fear, I mean, she even says it in the first Last of Us, you know, when Joel's going to leave her with Tommy and they're at that house, and Joel says, "You're not my daughter. We're going our separate ways." Well, before that, she says, "Everybody has left me. Everybody has died or left me in my life, except for you." You know? And then they kill Joel right out the gate in the second one and leave her alone. And at the end of it, at the end of The Last of Us 2, she's walking off. She leaves the guitar behind, which is an attachment to Joel, and I don't care what they explain. It makes no sense. It doesn't. Sorry. In a story-driven narrative game, which is what The Last of Us 2 is. It's a story-driven narrative, guys. And narrative is the huge part of this. Story-driven is a huge part of that. You can't have a story-driven narrative game when it's a fucking turd. When the story sucks ass. If it was a book I was reading, and I read a lot of books, guys. If it was a book I was reading, I would have sat it down. I wouldn't even have finished it. And I would have said, that is a terrible, terrible story. You know, and I will say that one of the things that really disappointed me, you know, I can get Naughty Dog defending their garbage. I can get Sony defending this garbage, you know, which is The Last of Us 2. I get that. You know, in my last video I said that I don't have anything but the utmost respect for the voice actors. And somebody said, "How can you respect these people?" Well, one, I want to clarify that. Actually, I want to clarify that. I didn't say I like the voice actors as people. Okay, guys? I didn't say that they're my best friends. Troy Baker is not my idol, my hero. In no way, shape, or form do I even want to meet the guy and shake his hand. Alright? What I meant is that they have acting skills, and those acting skills were on point in the game. I wasn't making any judgment calls or moral calls about whether they should have taken the job, whether Troy Baker should have stood up for Joel's character or anything like that. The fact of the matter is, either you toe the line at Naughty Dog or they fire you. You know, that's the way it is. They've shown that. You don't speak up and say, "Hey, this is wrong, I'm not doing this." And even if Troy Baker had disagreed with the direction they were taking Joel and Ellie or in The Last of Us 2 or what was going to happen, if he would have spoke out and they would have fired him or not even hired him for the job to play Joel again, you guys do understand that there are voice actors that would have come in, stepped in, played Joel. It sounded almost exactly like Troy Baker, and none of us would have known the difference until you saw the credits. You know, it wouldn't have stopped them from making this. Even if every voice actor in the game said, "This is a terrible story, Mr. Jerkman. I don't want to do this. I think it's a disservice to the fans." He'd been like, "You're fired, or we're not going to hire you," and they would have found somebody to do it anyway and still made this festering turd. What I meant by that was they did a fine job with their voice acting, considering the script and the story that they were given. They did it. They executed it. The voice acting and the acting in the game is fine. It's nothing to do with them or their skills, and that's why I said I respect them, because I respect them as artists, I respect them as actors, I respect the job that they do. Not as human beings or their opinions, you know. Now that does lead me to the other thing that I will step back just a bit and make a very clear statement on something. All the voice actors are attacking the fan base now. Anybody that disagrees with The Last of Us 2 the voice actors have spoke out, and like I said, they've called them bots, they've called them idiots, they've called them bigots, they've attacked them. Troy Baker amongst that group. And that is so disappointing. To me, personally, it's very disappointing. Because I actually did think that maybe Troy Baker had issues with how they were treating Joel and just knew better than to speak up, because he would have been fired or they would have found somebody to replace him. But that wasn't the case. You know, actually he very much agreed with what was going on. And I don't know if he's just there for the payday. I don't know if he just totally... You know, it's like this. He even said that he's pitching for the TV show, The Last of Us TV show that HBO is now in the works of producing. He even said that he wants Josh Brolin to play Joel. And that he pitched the idea to Josh Brolin at a nightclub. Now, I don't know if Troy Baker, is respected in acting circles. I don't know how much clout he has in Hollywood. I don't know if he was just bugging the shit out of Josh Brolin at a nightclub. Mr. Brolin, can I talk to you about a potential job? Maybe you could voice Joel? And Josh Brolin, who's the fuck this guy? And yeah, that's great, man. I'm just here to have a beer, but leave me the fuck alone. Or if he knows Josh Brolin, I don't know. But he did say that he wanted Josh Brolin to play Joel, which was fine. I'm not saying anything about that. The point being, though, Troy Baker agreed with what was going on. I lost a lot of respect for Troy Baker, as far as the treatment of how he sees that it's okay to treat fans this way, and it's okay to treat Joel, this character, this way, and Ellie this way. It's okay. To take a giant crap on your fan base. He's okay with that. And because he's okay with that, that makes him not only a licker of Neil Druckmann, but it also makes him a horrible person, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to his treatment of his fan base. It shows how little he cares about his fan base. And it's the fan base that made Troy Baker who he is today. Troy Baker would just be some dude, some faceless guy behind video game characters if it hadn't have been for the fans loving his performance. See, us fans, and that leads me to your consumer dollar and how you spend it. Because that's really what makes these companies and breaks these companies, guys. It's what makes actors famous and what makes actors not famous. Look, I've seen great actors, okay, in B movies that are never heard of. They never become mainstream, but that's because nobody watched this terrible film that they were in. And so they never got any opportunities to prove that they were indeed great actors to go on to become successful actors in Hollywood, see? Everybody gets a chance. And when you get that chance, how the fans respond to you is going to be absolutely indicative to your success and how things go for you. As far as that is concerned. And if you become successful due to your fan base to turn around because they disagree with what you've done personally, it's just horrible. It's a horrible thing to do. And all the voice actresses, now I don't care about some of them, like the chick that played Abby, I don't give a fuck what she's got to say. I don't care. She can be the nicest human being in the world. I'm sure she's a fine person in real life, and I don't care. I don't care to me. And then this voice actress gets on Twitter talking about, here come the bots, because they think that we have some sort of bigotry towards the, gay and lesbian transgender communities. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And again, I give two craps about your social issuing. The fact of it is, leave your social issues out of my video games. How about that? Because I agree in equal rights. I agree that people should be left to live their own lifestyle how they see fit, as long as they're not harming anyone or breaking laws. Point being, guys, I don't care about your social issues, Naughty Dog. I don't care about your stance on social issuing. I don't care. Some things don't need to be issue-driven. Some things just need to be entertainment. We have enough in this world, guys. This world is a big, steaming pile of shit sometimes that just keeps laying shit on top of us. Coronavirus, cops killing people, riots in the streets, death, bombs, war. illegal sex trade, pedophiles. I mean, man, we have quite enough reality and quite enough social issues to focus on in the real world. We play video games, we watch movies to have just a brief moment of reprieve from those real issues to escape from them. We don't always want to focus on issues, and using mediums like video games and movies to promote your social agenda is garbage. And Neil Druckmann even said, it's not going to be fun. When he was talking about this, it's not a fun video game. It's not going to be fun. Isn't that the point of video games, guys? I mean, isn't that the point? Aren't games supposed to be fun? No? Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Guys, save your money. Besides, better games are coming out. Ghost of Tsushima, or Tsushima, however you want to pronounce it, is coming out directly. I think in 3 days, 2 days. I forget what day it is because my brain is a giant train wreck. But buy it. Save your money. Other games. Avengers. Little Hope. It's going to be a great horror game coming out in October. But that's all I got, guys. A little inside information on why I feel so strongly about The Last of Us 2 being a terrible game. And I hope I clarified some things on how I was feeling. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smashing that like button. Let's get this video up to, I don't know, 25 likes. Can we do that, guys? Because nothing else I'm doing is doing anything. But if you are new to the channel, I hope you'll come back. Hit the subscribe button. Keep coming back and hanging out with me on Gaming Imperfectly, the most imperfect gaming channel on YouTube. But that's it for King Pigley. I'm out of here, guys. And I will see you guys in the next video.